Okay, so cross courts are awesome as long as they're played correctly. Now, we've got this rally going on here, and there's a fair bit going on with things flashing on the screen everywhere, but we'll slow it down in a second. But just look at this rally and how attacking the cross courts are. It's just seriously good and high quality. So cross courts are magnificent as long as you play them at the right time and at the right position. So we'll go through and we'll have a look at the rally and we'll see what happens. Okay, so we've got a forehand cross court. Now that's across to his forehand side, so it's perfect for if the guy in the red shirt was a right-hander. But as long as you play the shot correct, clear the volley. So this is the volley we've got to clear, and pitch to the floor. Well, when we talk about pitching to the floor, it means that the ball can bind in the back corner. So the ball's come across here and we've gone to the floor. So then it's going to go up and then down in the back corner. So it's going to make a really big difference. If you hit the sidewall, what happens is the ball tends to go wide. It can come back here and then it can come back out here. And that opens up. It opens up this line. It opens up this drive here, which is a real power position, if you like. So the floor's a great option as long as you pitch it right and it's away from your opponent. Now see, it's going up and back down towards the back wall, and it's quite tough. Here's the deal with this one. It's really an aggressive shot. It's fantastic. There, that's just really high quality. He's gone a little bit wider, and the reason is he didn't have body on it. So what happens is he needs more time to get the ball in the back corner. You can't aggressively go if you're reach. So we just go back a little bit and you'll see. See how he's reaching? Oh, we'll go back 2 more clicks. Okay, so he's got the reach, so he's reaching a long way, and so the ability to actually see his body still going towards the forehand wall, he couldn't drag his body back, so he couldn't aggressively use his body and attack the ball, so he's gone higher. So he's gone higher and hit low on the sidewall. Now this is okay. The cross court is okay as long as you don't hit high on the sidewall. If you hit low on the sidewall, and that's around about a racket height. So if you can hit the ball lower than a racket height on the sidewall, what happens is you'll have the ball go across here, and then it will come across here, and it will go up and then hopefully down towards the floor. So if it goes, as long as it doesn't bounce out too far from the back wall, it's very, very good. And that's why the low shot on the sidewall is really, really important. So it's the low shot on the sidewall that's doing the damage here, and it's the stock standard target that is taught. So then we follow the plan, follow the play through, and we see what happens. So the ball is low and it's a real reach for him. There's no other option but to boast it out. Okay, so the outcome was really good because it was dying towards the back corner. That was because the low sidewall hit. Okay, we come in here and we've got an aggressive cross court again. Minimal shoulders and cross court to the floor. Now he hasn't tried to bury this in the back corner. He's really tried to run this down the back. So running, what this means is where the ball hits on the sidewall, he's going to be level with his opponent. And see, that's the furthest part he has to reach. So by creating that angle here, he's gone to the widest part that his opponent had to reach. So the furthest part furthest distance his opponents had to go. So instead of going for the sidewall where the ball would have come back across here, if you hit the sidewall on the full, it would have opened up potentially for this one, and once again for the shot down the sidewall, which gives options and so on. So the reason for the floor is to run the ball to the widest point, and that is going to die in the back corner because the sidewall will slow the ball down. So we continue to play. And you see what goes on here. Now, here we go from here. It's an attack once again, sharp swing, and there's no doubt that he's going to go for the floor once again. So by going for the floor once again, it's going to make the ball run away. So instead of trying to bury it in the back corner, he is trying to bury it in the back corner, but he's trying to play a running deep cross-court drive that uses the sidewall, and this is the sidewall here, that sidewall there to slow the ball down. And then it will go downwards after this. Now it's going downwards towards the back wall, and that's just very, very difficult to get back. So it's pretty cool. It's really, really quite high level, but if you have a look at it, it's really quite aggressive in what he does with his body and what he does with his wrist. So if you look at your average player, average is better than average player, he's really quite good. But you see the body turn that happens and you see the outcome. Now he's got the floor, he's hit at cross court, but this is what most people do. This is a player I was working with, and we've actually developed his forehand cross court so much better now, but that's where players start. You say, well, what we need to do is we need to go and develop that so much further. And this is the one where the elite one comes in. So if you look at what goes on, we're talking absolute elite and what you can do and where everything comes together really well. So there's so many things that are so different to what your normal stock standard forehand cross court that people will teach you will be. And this is the advanced one. So what we're talking about a very low prep. We're talking about a very strong wrist. We're talking about very strong body action on the ball. And see the whole prep, that's just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Really strong body on the ball. And you see straight out of it there. So it's the deception comes from the wrist, and it comes from the body strength, and it comes from just the sheer power in the wrist. And it's the most amazing thing of all this is if you watch his prep here, you'll see his wrist will stay almost out in front of his body, and his whole racket. So right now, what's going to happen is his racket here is just going to go around here and hit the ball. So it'll be a full round swing here, all around this point, all around his wrist. So his wrist will do everything that most people will do from their shoulders, he will do from his wrist. Yep. So what happens is most people will try and swing from here and swing around here to go and get the ball cross court. This is a big arc swing. You can tell when it's going to happen and where it's going to go. But if you go and use this one, what happens is all this here happens so fast, and it can be actually be down the wall. It can be cross court if you hit it here. So it happens really quick, and it's really, really phenomenal. So we go again, and we just watch what his wrist does. You just take note here. You just watch his wrist. See his wrist goes back. His wrist is still in the same relationship to his knee. And the follow through is the other thing you need to know about. So there's your strike. So he's got a whole wrist that's gone around on the swing, and the strike is there. So his wrist still hasn't moved even on the follow through, and now he's just dragged it in ever so slightly. He's trying to just diffuse the momentum in his racket. Now the other story with this, which is sensational, is the fact that his opponent can't see the racket. He's got to pick the ball up. He can't see this because his opponent's body is between him and the ball, him and the racket. So he can't read what's happened. He can't read body. He can't read racket. He can't see where it's gone. He actually literally has to see this ball. He has to pick it up and try and work out where it is. So that's going to take out the volley. It's going to take out the volley completely because he cannot pick the ball up quick enough to be able to do what he needs to do to really take and attack the volley. So from here, it's pretty amazing. You see he's still going across to the forehand side. That's because of that wrist, that deception, that no body, the strong wrist, and so therefore he doesn't have to hit it as hard. By not hitting it as hard means the deceptive components allowed him to use the pace to bind it in the back corner. So it's not the hardest hit in the world, but it's the deception that's allowed him to bind it in the back corner. And that has done that. So it's pretty amazing, and that just makes it really difficult for him to get it back. So there you go, that's your cross court elite. So if we go back into it from here, you have a look at the cross court's floor here, across deep low sidewall here, floor, and here finish, attack the ball quickly with your body, floor. It's just magnificent. That's how to play attacking cross courts. Cross courts are awesome as long as you play them with purpose and as long as you play them correctly.